Namaste and hello. I am Sakshee and welcome you to the Vibes of India. Today we have Ahmedabad's most gorgeous and finest models with us who are going to discuss on our favorite topic, modeling. It's not just about having a pretty face. So moving on to Divyani, she is a model, and Nandini, she is also a model in Ahmedabad and Mumbai. So first of all, my question from you is that from where you started your modeling career and why you chose it?
Would you like to speak
You
about it
go
first?
ahead. You go
Okay. So I started back in 2018. I started with a pageant, Miss Fab India, and I have been aiming for this ever since forever. My mom wanted to become a model, like most of us. I think this is the common story we'll get everywhere. Every single person is going to say the same thing. So yes, my mom wanted to be a Miss India, in fact.
Wow.
So she always made sure that I'm directed in this direction. So I started with Miss Fab India. I participated in that pageant. I grew some contacts. I met some few people who guided me how things work out, and that's how I started. So I started in 2018. I think it's quite a good time now that I started.
Amazing. Yeah, I started in 2018 too. And yeah, pretty much a common story, like kind of sort of. But my mother actually, she never wanted to be a model herself, but she always imagined me to be Miss Universe.
Oh, wow.
Because that was the year that I was born in. So yeah, that is how it was from the start. But then I was a tomboy actually. Then somehow after, as we grow, we realize things, and then I went to Nepal actually for a business related trip, and then I was there for a year and a half, and then since I was pretty much taller than half of the population over there, no offense here, but yeah, so that's how it started. I became a favorite of designers over there because obviously designers loved tall models.
They do.
So yeah, that is where I started actually.
Wow, the most amazing thing is कि आप दोनों की family is supporting you, which most of the models struggle with literally. So again, I want to ask you, is like you started it, your family supported it, but there must be something which by which you were not able to excel in this in starting. What were the problems you faced?
So like as my senior model just mentioned that she was a tomboy. So that's the same story with me. I feel that I'm quite boyish. So when it came to posing, I would always pose like a boy, how a dude will pose. So I had that thing. So I started working on that. Apart from that, since I had no one to guide me, when you have friends, like nowadays, a lot of people are into this field.
Yes.
So you can ask your friends, you can ask your family members. We have Instagram. So you can reach out to people, and
Yes.
nowadays people are so helpful that they will actually guide you.
Yeah.
Back when I started, I didn't have anyone to guide me. I didn't know how to start. I didn't know how things work in this field. So I think because of that, I took quite a longer time than most of the models because I was figuring out things.
Yes.
What is the right path? So I didn't know what to do. So that was major thing. And apart from that, even when your family supports, I think they support you for a time duration. After that, you have to prove them that why should them support you.
Yes.
You have to prove it to them, and you have to show results. That why should be they supporting you in this particular field and not in your studies or other things where you excel at. So
I
why?
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually.
So that is also a kind of a thing which you have to consider when you are in this field. You have to show them that what are the qualities that you are working on and what are the results. Why should they support you? You have to convince them, and you have to manage it with your studies. You have to figure out the path that how things goes. So I think that would be a major thing. And like I said, being quite boyish, so that was the most important thing I would always remember, that how I started my journey and I faced that problem. Like I'll say, I started wearing heels when I started doing modeling. Before that, I never wore heels. I was always in shoes.
Insane.
So I wore heels for the first time during my first pageant.
So you must have practiced a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because
So it
it's
took me-
not easy.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
easy. So now if I walk, what people see is that you are good at it. But what people don't know is that since I was such a boyish person, it took me at least 4 years to learn to how to at least stand in it. So it took me 4 years because I never wore heels. That was like very first time in my when I started it. So I think that would be it.
And Divyani, she's pretty good at whatever she's doing right now. I have to say that.
That's
I
so
don't,
kind
I
of
don't
you to
doubt
say
that.
that.
No, but
And not-
really, I am a big fan of yours.
I am also,
It's-
because she
yes.
directed me in one of the shoots.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That
That time we met for the first
Yeah,
time.
that's a pretty interesting
Very.
story. Yeah, so we were at the studio. I go there, and I was told by the photographer, so a friend is coming over for a shoot. I was like, I'm going to be here, and he said like, I'm not sure if she would be comfortable or not. I'm like, don't worry, I know that I'll entertain her for sure. And see, we are meeting here, and we are good friends, I guess.
Yes.
So there was this shoot. She came there, and then I was standing there, and I was like, Sakshee, do you think I can give you some suggestions? You're doing really nice. Let's just start with this. Let's experiment with this, and it turned out so good.
She directed me like so good कि even I myself never imagined that I can pose like this and this will look so good in a picture.
But see, I could see that she can do it.
A
So
little
that is the
push.
thing. Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
else's
I-
perception and a little push.
Yeah,
takes
exactly.
things
I
in the
saw
right
it. I
direction.
saw it. I saw it.
So Divyani, what difficulties you faced? Your parents were agree, like in support of yours, but there must be some difficulties out of it which you faced.
Yeah,
Which
there
was
are
that?
certain things you see, like I am more on the bolder side, as almost like the people that know me, they know that I am on the bolder side. So my mother and my family is pretty much supportive, but at times they are like, उन लोगों को भी लगता है कि थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो रहा है, notch it down a little bit. But the thing with me is that I'm kind of an extremist. या तो मेरे से बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा या तो कुछ ही नहीं होगा.
कुछ नहीं होगा, हाँ.
So that is something that I'm trying to find a balance in, but I hope I'll be able to do that soon enough.
So also modeling में सब लोग ये बोलते हैं that तुम्हें सिर्फ क्या करना होता है, you have to look good and you have to pose good. That's it. That's the modeling part. Nothing else you have to do. So what you have to tell them, those people?
Okay, so the first of all, when we say that it's about looking good, so now looking good or looking pretty is a subjective thing. I might feel that XYZ person is looking pretty, but you might not agree on that because you have a different definition of looking pretty. So of course, there are features that work out. Like when we go to editorial thing, of course, there are particular features that work for editorial thing. And I think that is not just in modeling, but in every field. If we go for army, so there are certain requirements that are needed. If we go for any other field, there are certain things that they look for so that you could fit in, so that you could understand what is the whole thing is about. So it's a pretty normal thing, but it's not limited to that. So when you say it's all about looking pretty, so I might feel that this model looks pretty, but I know there would be 10 other people who would feel otherwise. So so modeling is not just one thing. We have so many departments in it, so many different sectors, right? So when you go to e-commerce shoots, we have different requirements. There are different faces that work for e-commerce shoots. There are different faces that work for editorial high fashion. So I might work for editorial, but I might not work for e-commerce shoots. Then I know there are some models who would work for e-commerce,
But not for editorial.
and then there are some models who work for all the categories.
Yes,
There are some lucky
exactly.
faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that is not the only factor about it. That does play a role to get you shoot, to attract it. You might attract 1 or 2 projects on the basis of that. But after that, your work speaks. And how do you cannot classify that it's just about posing good, because like she has been working for quite a long time, and when I started it, I know I used to admire her so much. I still do that. Hands down, one of the best models we have in the city.
thank you.
So you know this, even you are a model, you know this, that we have so many different garments. So we cannot pose one thing that will work for every outfit. We have to think that which is the outfit that will justify the design, that will justify the imagination.
The vision of the photographer and the designer combined.
The entire team, exactly, the art direction. So you need to understand, and I don't think you have enough time to do that. So you have to understand, meanwhile your makeup is happening, you have to understand what are the poses that are going to work, what are the angles, what are the expressions. Every single thing matters. Your fitness matters. You have to be very consistent at this field. So it's not just looking pretty. I think if you'll go in, it's a very serious profession, like any other profession in the world. So you have to be very serious about it. Like every other field, you have to be disciplined, you have to be determined. you should know what you're doing, how you're doing it, what are the expectations, how you deliver it. So people might think from the looks of it that it's just posing good and looking pretty. But you can look pretty, you have the makeup, you look pretty, okay, people makeup will enhance your features, enhance your looks. But when about posing good, how do you know that this is a good pose? You might feel that this is a good pose. I might think that if I'm posing this way, I feel like, okay, this is a good pose.
But वो team का vision
हाँ, team का vision अगर set नहीं हो रहा है, so that doesn't work. So it's not about posing good, it's about posing in a manner which is required.
Yes.
So that is the thing, and I think this is the whole concept of modeling, where you have to understand what you're supposed to deliver, what is the requirement, and in such a manner that you do not disturb the flow of the shoot. You have to do it, and while your makeup is happening and a lot of things are happening, you do not have time, and you have to change garments like this.
Yes.
You do not have much time, right? So I don't. So by the looks of it, it does look like that, but sadly, that's not the case, and people need awareness on that.
That's the thing that people, since this is show business, so people believe whatever they are seeing. They are not seeing all the preparations that we go through behind the camera. There's ton of work. There's insane amount of work with the team, by us, by the model, by everybody in a way. So you do not see that. So that does not mean that that is not in the story. That is also a part of story. So yeah.
I want to add on to it that also if modeling is about looking pretty, then looking pretty is also not easy.
Oh yes.
You work a lot for your body.
An entire village.
Yeah, you are not eating, you are taking care of everything, like your
Making
sleep,
healthy
your
choices.
everyday schedule. You have to take care of everything. It's not कि एक दिन तुमने अच्छा खा लिया, next day you are looking good. Throughout the year you have to maintain and sustain it.
Yeah,
Right.
making healthy choices every single time, not giving in to your temptations all the time. Because it is very easy. Pizza, burger खाने का सबको मन करता है. But then we know that we cannot do that. And in a way, it's not even good for us. So the balance of it all, knowing when you can eat what, when you cannot eat what, when you can do what, and how you have to behave in front of the public. Because we are constantly being watched by anybody and everybody. Being a pretty face is also like you will be watched by everyone. So that is not actually easy.
You cannot even dare to look not good because they'll judge you.
Yeah. Every.
Okay, in your picture you are looking like this, and here you are looking like
Nobody
this.
looks like their pictures.
Nobody.
And the most important thing, if you look naturally pretty, then you have more pressure, because now you look pretty. Why aren't you good at posing? You look pretty, so now you have to prove to the people that even when I look pretty, this is not all it about. I can pose good. And now they are constantly watching you. They are more conscious. They are more analytical when they are watching you, because you are pretty, naturally pretty. So now they are going to look at you. Okay, so you are pretty, you fill that criteria. Now pose good. Now it's your turn.
And just because they can see that, they feel like they can, be judgmental about it. Which is very bad.
So now, as you both told me that you both have struggled some period of your time learning about modeling. So I want you to please advise the upcoming models that how they can easily get somewhere they want without losing their path or choosing wrong path.
The thing that I'd like to emphasize on is not getting into the wrong path. Choosing your path it's a journey. You're going to reach somewhere, you're going to get to your destination somehow, but what matters is, your journey, what choices you've made and how you made them and how hard you worked for that.
So I'll add on to another question that people, I have heard girls and boys both, that they have faced body shaming in modeling. So what you want to give advice to the people who are body shaming and who are getting body shamed, that what they should do about this?
I think first thing would be acceptance. If someone is trying to insult me, they won't be succeed until I accept it.
Yes.
So I have been told many things. So I have a very funny story. So in my first pageant, there was this man. He came up to me and he said, you should work on your things. I was like, yes sir, please let me know what are the things I should be working at. Why do you think I couldn't make it in the to the winners list? And he said, maybe work on your looks. see, look at the winner, maybe work on your looks. And now at this point, I know there's a lot of makeup on my face and I don't look like how I actually look like, right? So I was like, okay, sir, I understood what you're saying. So what I understood was, instead of feeling offended that why he feels that I don't look good, I understood that the makeup is not working for me. I understood that when I'm in a pageant, maybe this face is not working for me. So maybe this is the department that might not work for my face. But I'm sure there are other opportunities where I can work. And of course, when you are trying to achieve something, there would be people who will not support you. There will be only 2 people who will support you, and there will be thousands of people to say that, you know, you cannot do this. So you have to focus on the positive part. Of course, it's very difficult. But what you can do is, you cannot close your ears, right? You're going to listen to them. So what you can do is, if someone is telling you this is not working and this is your problem, you listen to them. You understand why that is a problem for them. You analyze the situation and you work out. You work out in such a manner that the problem that they think that this is the problem, like suppose if they think that this body is not working, this clothes are not looking good on you, then maybe you try to give or create those aesthetics that you make the picture look good. And now then you show it to them. Do you still feel that these pictures are not good? So you work in such a direction instead of taking an offense. Of course, it's not an easy task, but you can do that. Because we cannot close our ears, and of course there are constant comments and you cannot deal with it. But I think this is all what you can do. Like people didn't like me for my curly hair. Yeah. And now
I love curly hair.
exactly. So today,
especially yours.
yeah, curly hair is the trend. People are looking for models with curly hair. But back then when I was in school, people didn't like my curly hair. And even I thought that maybe straight hair is something to go for. So, but see, I do not have any option. I have curly hair, I have to deal with it. So I just started loving it.
Yes. And today people are loving you because of your different
yeah. I got scouted by my agency, and I asked my mentor, Miss Alicia Roth, ma'am, and I asked her what was the major thing, ma'am, if you if you would care to tell me, what was the major thing that you thought that I could be, I could have the honor to join your agency? And she said, a lot of things I don't remember, but yeah, your hair, I like your hair. So my hair has played a major role in that. And this is something that most of the people didn't like. Even today, people think that maybe, like most of the people, if you feel, they don't think that curly hair is sophisticated or it's considered formal, and it's not something, which actually looks elegant.
Curly hairs are actually hardest to maintain. You can maintain straight hairs like anything, but curly hairs are very, very difficult to maintain.
Yeah, exactly. So like the first thing would be that, because see, people are going to pull you down no matter what. So what you can do is you can just show them, or you can just try to understand what is their problem, why they feel that way, and maybe try to address the issue. Like if they don't like things, like this picture is not working out for them, maybe because of your body, then you create aesthetics in a manner that it looks good. And you prove them wrong. Most importantly, you do not work for them, you do not prove them wrong, but you prove their idea wrong. Because when you prove their idea wrong, you make 10 more people understand that this idea of yours, that this body doesn't work for this particular aesthetics, is not right.
Yes.
And the people who try to abuse, I think it's a very controversial thing, but I think maybe they do that because I think they are still living in their childhood dream, where they think it's okay to say anything, where they are not able to achieve things, where they are not able to think beyond a particular boundary. So they are not conscious about it, and they fail to understand.
Yes.
They lack the maturity maybe, or maybe they have faced things and this is their traumatic response maybe.
Yeah.
There could be thousands of reasons.
Yeah.
So I think the first step would be to understand why they feel in this way and to address it, or let's try to help them that why they think that way.
Oh wow, this is the.
It's actually very nice. It's like even I believe in the same thing, that people are, when they are.
You ever face body shaming or something?
A lot, even to this
How
day.
you deal with it?
I am who I am, and however I am, I try to keep myself, as much in shape as I can. Like your curly hair, I was actually bullied for having a dusky skin since I was a kid.
And now we know that dusky skin tone is what works the best for modeling, and this is a fact.
That is a fact. That is for a fact that photographers and people love me for that thing now. The thing that I was bullied for as long as I can remember. But yeah, now that has become my superpower.
So yeah, now it's your superpower, but how you dealt with the period when you felt low? You might have, right?
Actually, no. I got a great start in the industry. I started working with one of the finest, that is Varun Patel sir, and working with him boosted my confidence in a way that I am where I am. It is a great deal because of him. He has taught me a lot. He made me believe in myself in a way that your skin is a blessing. People burn themselves to get that
people
skin tone.
now to people really want we want dusky skin.
Yeah.
They don't want to get fair or something.
Exactly.
You are
My pictures
very
have
beautiful.
been edited. Like people mistake me for a dusky model, and when they call me in the shoot, oh, you're on dusky. I'm like, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not. My picture make you feel otherwise because photographers probably don't like me like this, but no, I'm not dusky.
This was nice.
She has been trolled for the thing, and this is something that I have been dealing with. Ki nahi, this is something that Nandini lacks. That's why people edit my pictures, right?
It is hard to please everybody.
Exactly.
It is not possible. See, you will not, fit into every picture all the time.
Exactly.
You cannot do that. You do not have to put yourself under the pressure. Yes. Do not do that to yourself. Even if you're not a model, wherever you are, do not try to put yourself in any kind of picture created by the society. Do whatever you do for yourself. Do whatever you feel like you want to do, and even if you do not have goals, a lot of people from here, I'm not going to mention, I am one of them, we do not have particular goals, but then we are on a journey and we are enjoying it like anything, and that is the beautiful part of it. Yes. The journey.
Okay, so my next question is that whenever you work for a team or campaign, then do people value you there as a model? They give you that much respect and everything, all the team?
Depends on.
I want to talk about Gujarat first. In Gujarat.
You carry on. You have experience of working at different places more than I have. So yeah.
But you have worked more than me when it comes to campaign shoots and all department.
Like, okay, let's not focus on Gujarat. Let it be anywhere because it can happen anywhere. Have you ever faced that models are not given as much importance as it should because the whole campaign is focused, मतलब model पे ही होता है पूरा, that how we will carry it and how we are going to perform. So still they don't value us sometimes.
I think it depends on hierarchy. So if I am at a shoot where all the people are seniors, all the artists that are involved are seniors, they have been working in the industry for like 20 to 15 years or maybe 30 to 40 years when I wasn't on this planet. So maybe they wouldn't appreciate me that much, maybe. If people are kinder enough or if they are considerate enough, they would appreciate me. But at the same time, if there are people who aren't as young as me, but they feel it in a different manner, and because they are shooting every day, because they're working in this particular field every day, they might not feel that you deserve that much of importance that you have in your head. Maybe that is a common thing. The energy that you receive, that is maybe a common thing. And maybe in your head you feel that you need to get, more respect. Maybe it's in your head. And maybe this is a reality, that maybe this is how they should be actually treating you. So it depends on the kind of people, kind of the artist, and the most important thing, how you present yourself. So when you walk into the room, you have the first 10 to 20 minutes where you tell them that how you want to be treated, how you behave, it all depends on you. And I think the best way would be that you treat all the people with respect and love. When you do that, you get that. And even if you don't get that, you don't consider it. It's okay.
It's just like that.
It's okay.
It's just projections. You still bless them anyway.
Exactly.
Send them blessings and love anyway.
Go in grace.
Wow, I also learned something from this discussion we had today. Thank you so much for letting people know that what is the importance of a model, and it's not just about looking pretty or having a certain size or something. It is a good job as another job we are doing. We are also working hard for it. So thank you so much for giving your precious time to us and letting people know about it.
Thank you so much for the honor, and I think it is indeed most important topic that we need to talk about so that we would have awareness.
Yes.
let's hope for the best. Let's hope that people understand and they get out of the myths. Thank
And
you
if
so
you want
much.
to add some more points, you can please tell. If you have something certain you missed out or I missed out, then
like I
please
was
add
saying,
on.
what you should not be doing and what you should be doing to get on the right track. So follow your instincts always. Your instincts will 99.99% of the time will tell you if the person you're talking to or the project you're talking about is going to be beneficial to you or not. You will know if you're vibing with it or not. So always follow your instincts and be what do you say, be intelligent enough and be quick enough to understand what people are trying to do to you and how they are speaking to you. You will always find hints in the way people talk to you about the projects or the work they are trying to
Very important.
offer you. So follow your instincts always. That should be the best thing to do.
And maybe talk to your people who have around you, who have
Yes.
experience,
Who have experience, always talk to them.
senior models.
Yes. And the thing that I could not do in my time is because I came from a different city and I did not know anybody, so I could not actually talk to anybody or ask anybody. But then I was always just like her. I was if I met somebody who is a senior in the industry, I would surely ask them. There are people who are willing to help you. There are people who will not be willing to help you. It's totally fine. You will find your way. Follow your instincts, follow your gut. It'll all be good. Just take care of yourself while you're doing this and keep everybody informed around you, whatever you're doing,
Right.
and be proud of it.
Yes, go for it. If you want to
Yes.
do it, you will get away. Maybe not today, maybe not even in
Some
2
other
years,
day.
maybe not even in 3 years, maybe after
Maybe
4
10
years.
years, maybe 15 years. Now the best thing about fashion industry now is that
They're getting inclusive.
they are getting inclusive. There is no there are age limits in certain things, but sky is the limit now. You can do
Right.
anything and everything that you want to do whenever you want to do.
Okay, so thank you so much Divyani and Nandini for coming to Vibes of India and letting people know about the importance of a model, and thank you for your precious time today.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.